Hey, it's Robin again. This is going to be my second video on beekeeping. We're going to talk about supplies and resources. Please don't judge me based on the fact that my carpet isn't vacuumed. These are some resources that I've used. This is First Lessons in Beekeeping. It came from the actual supplier that I use, which is called Dadants, D-A-D-A-N-T-S. They are a very old, very well-respected beekeeping supply place. This book has good pictures in it. It's not very long. It's not very big, but it has very good pictures. It's very informative, very easy to follow. The next book I have is The Backyard Beekeeper. I read it from cover to cover. I'd suggest anybody that's trying to do this do the same. Breaks down the different types of bees, what to look for doing a hive inspection, how to split a hive, all those things. Natural Beekeeping. Have not read this from cover to cover, but this is how I'm keeping things organic using this guy's book. All the ways to keep your bees natural is in this book. Beekeeping for Dummies. I love For Dummies books. This one's put together very well. Covers everything. Decent pictures. This is my bee journal. I just take some documents every day of the weather, the time of day I access the hives, or if I don't access the hives, what I see, what I observe, different things. This is probably going to help me in the long run as I go season to season as far as what to look for and how my bees actually behave. Okay, let's see. Now let's go to our supplies. This is a smoker. It's a metal can. Opens. The little witch hat part opens up. I got some debris in there. And here are some bellows that are leather. I had a little trouble with that at first, but apparently I had my bellows on upside down. Now it works like a charm. This is my bee toolbox. I got the actual box from the thrift store for like $2. This is a brush. It's a wire brush for cleaning. And also you can use it for scraping. I don't use it in the hives. It's just for cleaning. Really, it doesn't need to be in there. This is a piece of wax paper that I'm going to use to put underneath my screen bottom board, which I'll show you in a little bit. This is a brush. I actually just took this brush from my mom, but I plan to get one that's a little softer, and it's for actually brushing the bees off of the area where you're trying to work. It seems to work okay, but I would like to get another one. Let's see. This is a hive tool. They come in different shapes and sizes. Some come with like a little hook on the end. This one just has a sharp end and a curved end. So far it's worked fine for my purposes. Actually I need to clean it off, it's a little sticky. This is Pam spray. The only reason it's in there is because I'm going to use it for the wax paper. This is an EpiPen. I'm going to plead the fifth on where I got it from, but if any of my house guests go into anaphylactic shock, I'm sure they're not going to care. Some matches in case my smoker goes out, and latex gloves for when I graduate to them. I have some mid-humerus length leather gloves that I've been wearing. I see a lot of people that don't wear gloves, but right now I'm still getting to know the bees and they're still getting to know me, so I'm going to continue to wear my long leather gloves. They're outside on the porch right now. And hopefully I can graduate to these regular disposable gloves in a little while. Alright. This is what I'm wearing. This is actually an empty bag. This is Tyvek coveralls. They're very light, thin. They tear easily, but if you're careful, they won't. And you can wash them. Here's a new package. You can get these at Lowe's for like $10. And they're, it's really easy to deal with. Let's take a look at the hive. Alright. This is the hive. This is the bottom, which is called a deep hive body, just a deep super, brood chamber, however you want to call it. And then above that I've got two medium supers. This is the telescoping cover. Let's see if I can... Okay. This is the inside cover. It's got a little hole here. You can use it for feeding if you like. I have a different kind of feeder. You can use it for grease patties, which I'll explain another time. But basically that's just the inside cover. And this is called a super. Inside the super, we've got these frames. The frames are... I have a plastic sheet in here. The plastic sheet is coated with a thin layer of beeswax. They make wax sheets, which I have in the hives that I have right now, but the plastic sheets are going to last longer, and once I clean them I can just recoat them with beeswax and use them probably for a few years. So that's that. This is all brand new stuff. There's also something in here called... This is a queen excluder, this plastic sheet grate right here. And basically, if the queen's down here in the bottom laying eggs and you want to start your honey season, you put the queen excluder in so the queen can't get up through here. The other bees can, but the queen cannot. So the queen stays down the bottom and does all the laying, and up here is just purely honey for you to harvest. The next thing here is called this is a screened bottom board, where I said I was going to put the wax paper with the PAM spray on it. And the reason this is important, it goes on the bottom, and you can, bees actually groom each other, they're very clean critters. You can see how many varroa mites you have. Varroa mites are a huge problem. They are killing a lot of bees. If the bees swarm and they're unattended, they die from the varroa mites. This is one of the main reasons why more beekeepers are needed. But this, if I put the wax paper in the bottom, and I can see how many mites I have in my colony, so I can see what I need to do to treat them. Organically speaking, I can put powdered sugar on my bees, and they'll groom each other and knock the mites off, and I can see how many there are, and see if I absolutely have to use a antibiotic, or if I can just continue to, just have a few mites and my colony will be safe. The next thing I have here is called a foam board, and this is used again when you're trying to harvest honey. This is like a velvety material. You take and you place bee repellent on here, and it drives the bees down into the brood chamber, and then you can take off the supers with the honey without worrying about harming any bees or any bees being in your stuff. This is my veil. It's hard for me to show it to you, but there's the black netting part is the part you're supposed to look through. If you're dealing with Africanized bees, however, you can look through the white part, because they're more aggressive and will make a group attack on the black side. Okay, I think I pretty much covered everything. Another thing this is a feeder. There. This is just like a mason jar top with holes in it, and you just put it into the bottom of the hive, and you can feed them sugar water, or you can use it to give them water when it's very hot if you don't have a good water supply. Or if you have a new colony, a nuke, which I've ordered for later on in the summer, a nucleus colony, you can feed the bees. You also might have to feed them in the winter time if you take too much of their honey in the summer, which hopefully I won't. They'll have enough honey. The one last tool that I have here is a This is just a regular spray bottle that I got at the dollar store, and inside the spray bottle I have a probably 3-to-1 concentration of water and sugar, and I use this during a hive inspection. I use the smoke also, but the sugar water, if you spray them with sugar water, basically they just sit there and lick each other, and they're not worried about stinging you. So it's also another good tool, especially if you're new and you don't know the bees very well, and you're probably killing a couple bees here and there. You have an extra tool to kind of keep them calm. I try really hard not to squish any bees, but I do, and that when you squish them and they die, they emit a pheromone which kind of heightens the senses of all the other bees. You don't want to kill any bees on purpose, but if you do accidentally, you know, it happens. But you have to understand that when the more bees you squish, the more aggressive the rest of the bees are going to be. So it's just food for thought. Okay, well, I think that's enough for this particular video. I've learned quite a bit this week, and I will make another video to tell you what I've learned, and hopefully we'll get some videos inside the hive very soon. If anybody's interested in being my videographer, please give me a call. Alright, take it easy.